Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful Wednesday. It's nice and sunny here in St. Louis. So yeah, let's get started. Welcome everyone in the chat. We've got Jan, Kara, Eric, Sienna, Vilentas. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Lots of you guys. Mohammed, welcome everyone. Lots of familiar faces. So I have a very fun challenge today. We're going to be doing a content-aware layout. So something that some of you guys might not have done before. So I'm very excited. It was in the January release, I believe. So let's hop on over to behance.net/challenge/XD and we can find more out about it. So if you're not already registered, go ahead and register with that big blue button up there, and you will get notified every day at 8 a.m. in your Creative Cloud app right up here of what the new challenge is. So if you don't already know how it works, each day you'll receive a challenge, and be sure to join our community chat on Discord. I'll hop in there in just a second to show you around a bit. But also you want to be sure to check back here every day. We have our live show at 11:30 Pacific time. We have a new host every 2 weeks. And lastly, be sure to share your work on Behance and Discord. And Behance with that keyword XD Daily Challenge. So we can find your work and give you feedback if you would like it. So yesterday we worked on a voice trigger. So I saw some of you guys' work in Discord and Behance. Awesome job. I already have some pulled up here that if we have time at the end, I'd like to show because I was blown away. Really awesome job. So today what we're going to do is design a mobile experience for coworking where users can reserve desk space. And we're going to use the ContentAware Layout to quickly create and edit UI components. So if you want to, you can get that get started button and then just hit direct download. So this is just a starter file from Dropbox if you want it. If you feel like you don't need it, you do not have to use it. But this is kind of what it's going to look like. I'll dive into that in just a second. But first, let's hop on over into Discord. So Discord, you can just scroll on all the way to the bottom of that page and hit the Join Us button if you're not already a member. And I already have it pulled up here. So let's see what's going on in Discord. So some important channels. If you're new, it might seem a little overwhelming at first. We've got a lot of channels, but check out the Creative Challenge channel. This is where we put all of our daily prompts. Just another place so you do not miss it. If you want to get feedback on any of your work, this is a great place. We've got a bunch of mentors. You'll see who's online over here. And yeah, you guys have been sharing away, sharing your screenshots, your links to your Behance projects, your prototypes, so I can click around and see how you made it. So really awesome job. If you have any questions, you can post in the Ask a Question channel, and lots of other great conversations going on, career advice, tips and tricks, just some books that you're reading about UI UX. So yeah, check it out. That's a bit about Discord. So let's hop on into our starter file. So like I mentioned, you can get this from the Dropbox link on the main webpage, our main XD challenge homepage. And today we're going to focus on content-aware layout. So this is a little preview of where it is. It'll appear like right here. I'll dive into that in just a sec. Here is some inspiration though of some other co-working apps. There was like hardly any out there, so this is what you get. But I liked this wireframe because this is by Keyshore, because if you want to, you can use some of these features. I thought it was just a good example of showing, how much it would cost per day to stay at the co-working place or work there. If, what features they have. So do they have Wi-Fi? Is there a cafe? How many tables do they have? So really, make it your own. You can use these for inspiration. The Wing, this is their app. I thought it was cool that they have this feature that you can choose to notify or communicate with other people that are also at the co-working space. So that was cool. So maybe you need like a wellness coach to work at your own company. I thought that was a nice feature. I've been like really into the wings. They're a co-working space, not in St. Louis, unfortunately. That's where I live, but they have amazing furniture. So I've been looking at their furniture for inspiration lately. So this is a little resource booklet like I mentioned yesterday, so feel free to just hop around if you want to see some of my favorite links to icons and such. And of course, be sure to share your work on Behance and Discord when we're done. And just some tips for myself at the end there if you want to read through those. So I already have a few artboards set up. Yes, welcome everyone in the chat. Richard, Tusif, Amir, hey guys. How is it going? So go ahead and if you want to work along with me, you can. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. So really what I'm going to do here, I'm going to have a home page just showing kind of the layout of the co-working space. And then I want a keyframe or a key, I guess, to show like the labels of what each of the seats mean. So maybe purple means, oh, this one costs $5 a day. Maybe the other ones are free with your membership or something. And the ones that are grayed out, those you cannot reserve. And then we're going to focus on that content-aware layout. So I'll show you that when we get to the buttons, the CTAs over there. So let's just add a background. And then let's add a title. So I'll say just like co-working, whatever the name of the title is, or name of the app is. You can come up with something a little more clever if you want. So co-working, below that, I'll say choose a seat below. Give them what they're going to be doing. Okay, so on the right side, I already have some icons over here. We've got a search and just like a menu or like settings or something. I'm not going to get into those too much, but just an example of what a co-working app might have. So that looks good. Let's just move that on up. Heading is done. Okay. So below that, I've got these little seats, very cute, already kind of laid out. So this one, let's go ahead and put this up here, just for the sake of time, did these ahead of time. So let's say this is like our tea station. And guys, I gotta say, I am proud of this little tea icon. Isn't that so cute? Since I was like searching for furniture, I saw another teapot that looked kind of like that, so used that for inspo. So let's just add some of these tables and seats. You know, it's kind of fun. Like, I feel like I'm an architect or something, designing like blueprints and stuff. Maybe in another life. So let's grab some of these. Just put these on the right side. Okay. And you'll see here, like I mentioned, like some of these, you just want to make sure you have some different colors so people know which ones are available or not. So let's copy some of these, just doing Command C, and then paste them. And then I'm just using this little flip icon over here to quickly flip them. These need like a little more space. It's a little too crowded for my liking. Okay, that looks good. There we go. And I'll just add one more of these. Okay, so that's our fake co-working space. So you can see there's lots of spaces available. And now we can add, oh, one thing I wanted to add was this key icon. So if they press this, we want to show a little slide up to show what seats are available or not. So let's just like group all of these, move them down a bit, and then we can add our CTA. So let's put this here and just center it. Okay, so right now I have it saying reserve, and this is really cool. So the whole point of today's challenge is I want you to play around with this content-aware layout. So you'll see when you select something that is grouped, so it has to be grouped. If it's not, then you won't see this appear. But you'll see this padding right here. And we want to turn that on. So turn that toggle on right there. And you'll notice that we have two different squares right here. So this one means that all of the padding around our word or whatever the inside item is will be the exact same. So you'll see it says 15 right here. So we can just select that. If we want to do it manually, we can just, I'm using the arrow keys on my keyboard, and you'll see we've got these little pink indicators, and that will show us like, okay, space is getting a little bigger. And I'm actually going to copy this again because I don't want to mess that one up. Okay. And then if we keep it on this one on the right, you'll see we have all these different numbers over here. And if you tap into each one of those spaces, then the pink little indicator will appear. So if I want to make this like 20, looks too big to me, that's fine, but we can bring it down to 15. And the cool thing about this is whenever you have changes to this word or something in the center, and if it's a component, so maybe you have like 50 of these icons already made, and your client comes or your boss comes and he says, okay, I want this to say reserve a seat instead. Look at that. So cool, right? So that might save you guys a ton of time. I'm going to keep it back on reserve. But you'll see that padding is automatically adjusted. So that's really cool. Oh, another way you can do this is you hold down the tilde key, which is the little like squiggly thing up in the top left of your keyboard. So hold down the tilde key, and you can also just drag like this if you want to do it manually. So that is a fun little trick. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and copy all of this. We're gonna go to the next artboard. And here, I want to, let's group all of this. And I just want to make a thing that slides up, that key, to tell us what all of these different colors mean. So let's make just a kind of like intermediary overlay. Make it a little opaque, okay, or transparent. All right, so let's copy and paste this. And then the thing that we'll have slide up, I just want it to be like a third of the screen. So kind of small at the bottom. And then we'll add some of our little circles and such to indicate what the colors are. So let's say we have this one, we've got the pink. Maybe that means like it's available. Looks good. Make that text box a little smaller. And then maybe the next one, the light pink, means that it's already reserved. So let's copy and paste that, bring it down a bit. Already got my colors, as you can see, already saved up here. We can copy both of those, bring them down a bit, and then we'll say the purple one, what is that, like the water station? Or I'll just say these are like $5 per day. Okay, copy that color. All right. And then let's add just a title. The title can be like seat types. And you know, again, you don't have to do this little slide up if you don't want to. Just play around. I think it's kind of a fun little feature. Okay. And I have this little circular indicator, I guess you could call it. Just another way for people to easily see how many seats are available. So let's copy and paste this text, and I'll say like 40% available, 40% left. And don't go and like try to find it out exactly, because I'm not good at visualizing that kind of stuff. 40% left. Okay. Make it a little smaller. There we go. All right, so let's group these three. And this little thing I made in Illustrator. So sometimes I like to open Illustrator and XD at the same time. So for certain pen tool things, I like to do in Illustrator just because it's a little easier. But like this stuff, easy stuff, rectangles and such, you can just do in XD. Okay, so let's group all of those. And what I want to do is copy both of these. Actually, I'll just copy this one. And then we can bring it to our previous artboard and just drag it down to the bottom because I want it to be auto animate. That will be the trigger. And also I'll bring this to 0% transparent or opaque. Okay, so let's go into our prototype tab. So from this artboard to this artboard, I just want to select this little question mark icon, and we'll drag this over here. And so the trigger is tap, and then the action will be auto animate. And I'll just leave it on ease out, that's fine. So let's go ahead and preview that. So we press that, slides up, great, pretty simple. And then just when we select this again, we'll have it slide down again. So it already selected it for me, it's a tap trigger, the action is auto animate, and then it will slide down again. Okay, cool. Now what I want to do is actually select one of these seats. So let's go back into the design tab, copy all of that, paste it into our next artboard. And actually what I want to do on this one, since we don't have any seats selected, we need the reserve CTA to be a little bit transparent because we want it to look like it's grayed out, like it's not possible to click on it. So then on this one, we'll just zoom in, go into our group over here, and let's just select one of these, make it look like it's selected. So I'm just using the same colors from my question mark icon. No border. Move it back. There we go. Center that a bit. And then I can make the seat just a different color just to indicate that it's selected. Okay, so from this artboard to this artboard, all we're going to do is select this table, and the trigger will be tap. We don't need any fancy transition here, just a normal dissolve, that's fine. And then on the last one, let's go ahead and copy all of this, and we can paste it on the last, and then we'll just do a little confirmation. So I want it to be an overlay, same kind of thing. And we'll do this. Okay. Just add the same kind of color, and then we can select that same text, and we'll just say like, oh, your seat's ready, something like that. Looking forward to seeing you. Okay. Say, your seat has been reserved. See you soon. Alrighty. Perfect. And make that a little bit bigger. Okay. That looks good. Let's add these two icons that I already have ready. Just a close icon in the top and a little clapping emoji. And then we can copy this CTA. Oops, paste it in here. And let's just inverse those colors so you can actually see it on the background. And again, since we've already set the padding to be 15 pixels on each side, or on the left and right, if we change this to say something like okay or done, you see it automatically updates the padding on each side. So that is really cool, I love that. So play around with that ContentAware layout over there. You have to select something that's already grouped, otherwise it won't work. And another thing is if it's like double grouped or something, the padding will go outside of your actual button. So make sure it's only grouped one time, otherwise you might have issues. Okay, so that is our, oh, we need to just add these next. Okay, so we select that and then just hit the reserve button, normal transition. Okay, so let's go ahead and preview that. I'll go to just the gray background so we can see a little better. All right, so we hit our little question mark. We see, oh, reserved, available, $5 a day for each of the seats. Click it and it goes down, and we'll click one of these seats. All right, and this is no longer grayed out, and we can reserve it. All right, it says your seat's been reserved, and we'll see you soon. So that is our co-working app for today. Let's go ahead and save. And if you want to export, you'll just go up to File, Export, Selected, or Batch up here. And of course, be sure to share. So I already have this project already started. So if you want to share your work on Behance or Discord, be sure to, in Behance, you go over to your Settings tab, And then under the discoverability tab, make sure you add that keyword XD Daily Challenge. Otherwise, I won't be able to find your work and potentially share it. So make sure you've got that. You can add some other info, creative fields, UI, UX, just to get it discovered a little more. And if you want to add a little description, that's fine too. So let's go ahead and save. So I always like to add a little title, little description, just what all of the challenges are about. I like to group all of my challenges together. Some people like to post each individually for each different day. Totally fine, whatever you want to do. And then for each day, just make sure you explain what the challenge was about. So I've already uploaded this one. And if you want to do something like this, I had a lot of questions about this sort of thing on Discord and Dribbble. So I made this in Premiere, but you can export your preview or your prototype as an MP4 in XD. So all you would do for that is when you preview with that little preview button up here, you just select this little circle icon, like the record preview, and it'll record everything that you're doing. Blah, blah, blah. And then when you click X, it will pop up with this and you can save it wherever you want. So that's how you would export that. And then the background I just made in XD, it's just like some shapes and stuff. And then put it all into Premiere together and then export it up to Behance. So let's go ahead and save. Looks good. Now I have some of you guys' challenges already pulled up. Let's see what we got. Okay, let me just refresh. We have a new one. Okay. And I'm just searching that keyword XD Daily Challenge by most recent. So this one, okay, so I loved this one so much. I saw this one on Discord yesterday and I was blown away. This was by Diva. And what I liked about this was that she kind of did her own take on it. You don't always have to do like exactly what I'm doing. Like if I'm doing a mobile app or, a desktop or something, she did a little widget. So I thought that was so unique. So let's look at that. And it's a little rabbit. So cute. What can I do for you? And I have my sound turned off for live streaming purposes, but you can, if you want to see hers, you can hear her speaking in this prototype. So that was cool. Opening the programs. Done. And then the little rabbit hides away. How cute is that? Oh, it's so adorable. You can still see the ears. That is just, I just love that. So joyful. Okay, so the next one I had pulled up, this one was by Laura. Oh, hey Diva, see you in the chat. All right, so we've got Laura's. I loved the color palette on here. Very nice, just like earthy, calming tones. All right, so it says, what can I help you with today? Check the schedule, add a plant or troubleshoot. Very nice. And that would be cool if like during the listening period, if the grass was moving or like swaying in the wind or something to indicate that there's some movement, something's happening. Check watering schedule for today. And cool. And then it comes up with the plants that need watering today. Very neat. Love that. Watering done. So her problem was she often forgets when the various plants in her home need watering. Me too. I have just started buying fake plants because I can't take care of any of them. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining. These were awesome designs. I will be checking in Discord and Behance, so be sure to share your work there with that keyword XD Daily Challenge. And I'll be back again tomorrow at 11:30 Pacific time. Don't go anywhere because in 5 minutes we've got our Photoshop digital imaging live stream with Magdia Lopez. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.